Hi, my name's Janica Vivi Alarde and I will be talking to you about my journey as I have tackled in my course, which is the Intro to Psychology, and I will be talking about our final terms. So, in the last few weeks of this final term, I have learned a lot. The knowledge I have garnered from all my time spent in this course, degree, and subject have been greatly expanded. Our professor did not hesitate at all to give us the chance to learn about the final topics, the topics that are covered in our final term, and I have learned a great deal. In the videos he presented and had shown to us, I have learned a lot, and one must carefully watch attentively to, pay attention to everything that is being shown. And I also learned a great deal about life, genetics, and how biology plays a vital role in developing a human brain. One of the documentaries he played was entitled The Miracle of Life, and in this I discovered how fertilization occurs, and it is during the fusion of an egg cell and a sperm cell, and they meet in the fallopian tube, to which they would travel together to the uterus. So yeah, and as aspiring psychologists, we can deduce how and why people become intimate with partners. It was shown in the video, and because the enzymes and the hormones involved in the process, also known as biological processes, as well as how this affects a person psychologically, which motivates them to do the required physical intimacy to create life and produce life. In another documentary we watched, which is The Body of Atlas, it tackled life inside the womb. It focused on prenatal development and more broadly on human development. It discussed how life begins from a single cell and within the womb, of course, which progresses through weeks and months of vital procedures inside the uterus until it embarks on its most dangerous and risky adventure of its life, which is to enter the outer world. I learned that human development is actually an ongoing process. All humans and creatures experience changes during the development process, which is an unending process that will only end when we cease breathing for good. Next up, of all the topics covered in the final term, one of which is the learning, I have learned a lot in this chapter because this topic taught me about the procedures that modify behavior, such as why individuals lick their lips at the sight of a delectable food, why people avoid certain situations, why people avoid foods that make them ill, why people handle sharp blades with caution, and why you cringe if you see someone racing at you with a knife. Just exactly why do you do things that seem humane and mundane to everyone. I also learned how to distinguish the difference among methods of testing memory, distinguish types of memory and describe their main features, and finally the deep thinking. I learned really a lot. The ability to utilize one's gained information and skill is referred to as intelligence. So in the intelligence chapter, I learned why we often associate smartness with intelligence. When it comes to intelligence, we usually stereotype people. We judge people based on their intelligence, based on their grades, or on how they speak fluently, but in reality, it's not just that. There are different types of intelligence, and we cannot judge anyone with just the, stereotypical standard of intelligence. There are many more that I have learned in the, during the final term, but let's end the video here because there are just so many that has to be talked about, but I can only handle so much. So as an aspiring psychologist and expert in the field of mental health, I would like to share my advocacy, and it is only fair to be a well-versed professional in this branch of science in order to help those in need Because a good doctor who can serve very well to those who are in need and are in depths of despair, and even those who simply needs a push from wherever they are, who simply needs a presence or a cheer, that is what I aspire to be. And for my psychology advocacy, as a young woman in this forsaken world wherein I sit between the oppressed and the oppressor, wherein I am a woman expected to obey orders and just to shut my mouth and listen, I will not stand by it. I am a woman. I am made to sit beside men, and I believe that feminism should be a thing. You know, it shouldn't be even a right or an advocacy to you know, fight with, but rather it should be normalized. It should be normalized because we women have endured so much. We give birth, we give life, and we should be respected and treated as superiors much as we treat men, because we are not less than men. A woman gives life, breathes life, and nurtures life. Think about your mothers, your sisters, right? We are not just girls. We are not just girls. We are girls. We are women, and we are queens. So it is only right and just to balance everyone out and to stop putting gender roles. Because the society we live in, it deserves so much more. That is all for today. Thank you, and God bless for everyone, to everyone.